Breathing is something we all do without even thinking about it. It's automatic, almost forgotten. But did you know that it's also the most powerful tool you have to shift your reality at any moment? What if I told you that with just a single conscious breath, you could change not only how you feel, but how you experience the world around you? It may sound too simple, but the truth is that breath is far more than just a physical necessity. It's a bridge between your body, mind, and spirit. And when you learn how to harness its power, your entire life can shift. It's no coincidence that ancient Buddhist monks devoted themselves to mastering the art of breathing. And that's what we'll learn now by starting from the basics. Take a moment to breathe. Take a moment right now to breathe. Not just a shallow breath, but a deep, full inhale, feeling your lungs expand. Now exhale slowly, releasing any tension you might be holding on to. Notice how different you feel in just those few seconds. This is the essence of mindful breathing. It brings you back into the present moment, the place where your true power lies. In the noise of everyday life, we often lose touch with the present. Our minds race ahead to the future or replay the past, and we forget that the only place we can truly act from is the now. Many spiritual traditions, from ancient yoga practices to modern mindfulness techniques, emphasize the importance of the breath. In yoga, breath control or pranayama is considered essential for purifying the body and mind. The word prana translates to life force or energy, and yama means control. Together, pranayama is the practice of controlling your life force. When you take control of your breath, you take control of the energy that flows through you. This is not just about calming your nervous system, although that's a wonderful benefit. It's about tapping into the infinite potential that exists within you. Let's look at the Taoist principle of breathing with the universe. Taoism teaches that life flows in cycles, expansion and contraction, like the breath. When you breathe consciously, you align yourself with this universal rhythm. You stop fighting against the current of life and instead allow yourself to move with it. This is the power of breathing. You shift from resistance to flow, from chaos to harmony. In moments of stress or anxiety, notice how your breath changes. It becomes short, shallow, and sometimes even erratic. This is your body's way of signaling that it's in a state of fear, survival mode. But the beautiful thing is, you can reverse this process at any moment. By intentionally slowing down your breath, you send a message to your mind that everything is okay. This creates a ripple effect throughout your entire being. Your muscles relax, your heart rate slows, and your mind clears. With just a few deep breaths, you can move from fear into peace, from tension into ease. Come back to your breath. One of the greatest misunderstandings in life is that our outer circumstances dictate how we feel. We believe that once we achieve something, whether it's success, love, or financial stability, then we'll be at peace. But the truth is that peace doesn't come from outside of you. Many believe that breath control can help access inner peace. By mastering your breath, you gain the ability to control your inner state, no matter what's happening around you. This idea is echoed in the teachings of Eckhart Tolle, who speaks about the power of being present. He teaches that the only place you can find peace, joy, and fulfillment is in the now. The mind often pulls us away from the present, making us believe that the future holds the answer to our happiness. But when you come back to your breath, you come back to the present. And in the present, you discover that everything you need is already here. Imagine a sailor lost at sea, fighting against the wind and waves, desperately trying to reach the shore. The more they struggle, the more they deplete their energy, moving further from their destination. But what if instead they aligned with the wind, adjusting their sails to move with the natural forces around them? The same is true with your breath. When you align with the natural flow of your breath, you stop struggling against life and begin to move effortlessly toward where you're meant to go. This doesn't mean that life becomes free of challenges, but it does mean that you become more resilient and more capable of navigating those challenges with grace. The next time you find yourself overwhelmed by a situation, remember to breathe. Take a moment to step back and realign with your breath. Let it guide you back to your center, where your true strength resides. In the ancient text, The Secret of the Golden Flower, a Taoist meditation manual, there is a teaching about turning the light of consciousness inward. The breath is the tool that allows you to do this. When you focus on your breath, you draw your awareness inward, connecting with the deeper aspects of yourself. It is in this space of stillness that your soul begins to speak, where the answers you seek reveal themselves, not through effort, but through surrender. The breath doesn't just keep you alive, it keeps you connected. Connected to your body, to your emotions, to your higher self, and to the universe itself. Every breath is an opportunity to shift your energy, to move from disconnection to connection, from fear to love, from limitation to possibility. As you continue to explore the power of your breath, you will find that it becomes your greatest ally in transforming your reality. At this moment, ask yourself, how am I breathing? Is my breath shallow or deep? Am I rushing through life? Or am I taking the time to slow down and breathe fully? These simple questions can open the door to profound transformation. The journey of conscious breathing is a journey of self-discovery, one that will lead you to a place of greater peace, clarity, and alignment with your highest self. The breath is always with you, waiting to be noticed, waiting to guide you back to your center. All it takes is one conscious breath to shift your entire reality. The power is within you. Now, it's time to embrace it. And that's what has led us to reveal to you the secrets of an ancient belief, that the breath is not only a physical act, but a gateway to something much deeper. It's such a well-kept secret that most people aren't even aware that life works this way, the breath of life. Some teachings say that with every inhale, you're drawing in the energy of the universe itself, what some call the breath of life. This energy, which flows in and out with every breath, is said to be the very force that connects you to the divine. In the Western mystical tradition, this energy has been referred to as the Holy Spirit or the breath of God. In Eastern traditions, it's called prana or chi. These ideas, though expressed differently, all point to the same truth. Breath is not just about survival. It's about tapping into the deeper, unseen forces that shape our reality. One such obscure belief is the practice of conscious breathing taught in the ancient system of Nidin, or Taoist internal alchemy. In this practice, Taoist sages believed that the breath, when controlled and directed with intention, could not only heal the body, but also unlock spiritual transformation. The idea behind Nidin is that the breath is a carrier of subtle energies, which, when cultivated properly, can lead to the awakening of one's inner light. It is said that through these advanced breathing techniques, an individual could achieve immortality, not necessarily in the physical sense, but in the sense of transcending the limitations of the ego and becoming one with the Tao, or the source of all existence. This practice of harnessing the breath to attain spiritual freedom may sound far removed from our modern lives, but the truth is that anyone can tap into this power. What's interesting is that the same principle of using the breath for transformation shows up in mystic traditions all over the world. Take the story of Saint Hildegard of Bingen, a Christian mystic from the 12th century. Hildegard was a visionary, a healer, and a composer, and she believed that breathing in the Spirit of God was a path to divine inspiration. She often spoke of the breath as a bridge between the material and the spiritual, a way to connect with higher knowledge. Her deep meditations and connection to her breath led her to experience profound visions of the divine, which she would later write about in her books. Hildegard's insights and visions came from a place of stillness, where she could listen to the voice of the divine through the silence of her breath. This is something we can all learn from. Mystics like Hildegard remind us that the breath has been used for centuries as a tool for spiritual awakening. It is through conscious breathing that we can silence the noise of the world and tune into a higher frequency of understanding. In her visions, Hildegard often described seeing the divine as a great light, and many believe that she reached these higher states of consciousness by connecting deeply with her breath. The power of the breath, whether in ancient Taoist practices or the mystical visions of Hildegard, shows us that there is a way to shift from the everyday struggles of life into something more profound. The mystics and sages of the past have left us a roadmap, and the key to following it lies within us. In the simple act of breathing, you don't need to be a monk or a mystic to access this power. The breath is available to all of us in every moment. When you breathe consciously, you're not just filling your lungs. You're tapping into the same source that the great mystics and sages have been using for centuries. The breath becomes a portal to a deeper connection with yourself and with the universe. This is true at a spiritual level, but also a biological one. Let's examine this from a physical point of view. The vagus nerve. The vagus nerve. When you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, your body reacts as if it's in danger. Your heart rate speeds up, your mind races, and everything inside you tightens. This is your nervous system going into what's called fight or flight mode, a survival mechanism that's been hardwired into humans for centuries. While this response is helpful in truly dangerous situations, in everyday life, it can become a constant, unhealthy state of being. This is where the power of the breath comes in, specifically its connection to the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is one of the most important nerves in your body, running from your brain all the way down to your abdomen. It's like a superhighway for information, connecting the brain to major organs like the heart, lungs, and digestive system. The key role of the vagus nerve is to regulate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the body's rest and digest system. When activated, the parasympathetic nervous system does the opposite of fight or flight. It calms you down, slows your heart rate, and allows your body to recover. Many people find that breathing techniques can help stimulate the vagus nerve and promote relaxation. Deep, slow breathing, especially from the diaphragm, sends signals to the vagus nerve that tell your body it's safe. When you take deep breaths from your abdomen, rather than shallow, quick breaths from your chest, you activate the vagus nerve in a way that helps reset your entire nervous system. It's as if you're pressing a reset button, allowing your body to shift out of survival mode and into a state of relaxation and balance. This simple act of breathing is powerful because it communicates directly with the nervous system, telling it to release tension, slow down, and restore balance. You may not even realize how much tension you're carrying until you take a few slow, mindful breaths. When anxiety strikes, we often hold our breath or breathe shallowly, which only makes things worse. But if you stop and take a few deep breaths, focusing on the rise and fall of your abdomen, you can begin to feel a shift almost immediately. This practice of intentional breathing helps not only reduce anxiety in the moment, but also retrains your nervous system over time, creating a more resilient response to stress. Box breathing. Incorporating conscious breathing into your daily routine can help break the cycle of chronic stress and anxiety. One exercise that works well is called box breathing, where you inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold again for 4. This controlled, rhythmic breathing stimulates the vagus nerve and shifts your nervous system into a state of calm. You can practice this anytime you feel anxious or simply want to reset your body and mind. Another simple technique is placing one hand on your belly and the other on your chest as you breathe deeply. This helps you focus on engaging your diaphragm and ensures that your breaths are coming from your abdomen. Over time, you'll notice that this type of breathing becomes more natural, and your body will start responding with a deeper sense of calm and clarity. By regularly engaging in these exercises, you're not just calming yourself in the moment, you're actively retraining your nervous system to handle stress better, resetting patterns that have been ingrained over time. This process, over the long term, makes it easier for you to stay centered and relaxed, even when life throws challenges your way. Breathing techniques can be beneficial for both emotional regulation and nervous system balance. This is the power of breathing in action, directly influencing the way your body responds to stress and anxiety. And while it may seem simple, the results can be profound. The connection between your breath and the vagus nerve is like a secret doorway to inner peace. Each time you choose to slow down, take a deep breath, and let your diaphragm do its work, you're stepping into a space of healing, one breath at a time. Focus and clarity. Build better habits. When we think of building better habits, we often start with external actions. Waking up earlier, exercising more, or planning our day with precision. But what if the first habit we need to focus on is how we breathe? The breath is the anchor of mindfulness, the core of presence. If you can learn to control your breath, you can learn to control your mind, your emotions, and ultimately your actions. And with that control comes the ability to break old patterns and introduce new, empowering ones. Let's take productivity as an example. So many people equate productivity with doing more, pushing harder, and working longer hours. But true productivity comes from focus and clarity, not exhaustion. When you use your breath to calm your mind and settle your nervous system, you create the mental space needed for clarity. You're no longer bouncing from task to task, scattered and distracted. Instead, you're fully present in the moment, able to focus on one thing at a time and give it your full attention. Think about how often you get caught up in stress, anxiety, or worry about the future. These mental states drain your energy and pull you away from what you're actually trying to achieve. But by coming back to your breath, by grounding yourself in the present moment, you shift your focus back to what matters right now. This is the essence of mindfulness, and it's a game changer for productivity. With a calm mind, you can approach your work from a place of flow, where tasks feel effortless and time seems to expand. You're no longer rushing or forcing yourself. You're simply moving in alignment with the present moment. Over time, as you continue to practice mindful breathing, you'll notice that this sense of flow and presence starts to show up in other areas of your life. You might find that you're more patient with others, more compassionate toward yourself, and more intentional about how you spend your time. This is the true power of breath. It not only resets your nervous system in moments of stress, but also rewires your entire approach to life. As you introduce better habits through the breath, you naturally become more productive, more focused, and more aligned with your goals. And the best part is that these changes don't come from forcing yourself or working harder. They come from a place of ease, a place where you're working with your body, mind, and spirit, rather than against them. This alignment allows you to reach heights you never knew were possible. You begin to see that shifting your breath really does shift your reality, a tool for transformation. As your spiritual connection strengthens, your approach to life naturally shifts. You start to live with more intention, guided by a deeper sense of purpose and trust in the divine timing of your life. You no longer feel the need to rush or force things to happen. Instead, you align your actions with the flow of the universe, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This surrender to the present moment, combined with conscious breathing, allows you to navigate life with a sense of peace and purpose. The practice of breathwork is often integrated into spiritual rituals and meditations because it's a gateway to higher states of consciousness. When you focus on your breath, you enter a meditative state where your mind quiets and you can access deeper levels of awareness. In this state, you may experience moments of clarity, insights into your life's purpose, or even profound spiritual revelations. It's in this quiet space between each inhale and exhale where the mysteries of the universe begin to unfold, allowing you to reconnect with the essence of who you are. Breath, at its core, is a spiritual practice. It reminds you of your connection to the divine, grounds you in the present, and helps you align with your higher self. Each conscious breath you take brings you closer to this truth, allowing you to live a life of deeper meaning, purpose, and connection to the spiritual realms. As you continue to work with your breath, you'll find that the peace, clarity, and strength you seek on your spiritual path are not something you have to search for. They're already within you, waiting to be uncovered, one breath at a time.